Fastest crew to that point is Greenwich Crew, followed up by St. Joe's Prep. So bows number 1, 2, and 3, right? And here they come right now. And this is bow number 1, Greenwich Crew.
You can see they are dropping those oars right over the buoy lines and steering the hull as close as they can to get the narrowest radius, the tightest radius around that turn to make their trip up this course as fast as possible. They'll need every second to stay ahead of this field.
Yeah, this is a pretty experienced crew. They won the Youth Nationals this year in the men's 8. Pretty experienced coxswain. Elenis again, coxing the crew.
Amazingly enough, average age is 16.
Following them up in order, bow number 2. That's St. Joe's Prep. They placed 4th at Youth Nationals this year, and bronze medalists, including 2 bronze medalists from the Junior Worlds. So an experienced crew. They're followed up by bow number 3 in the gray boat. That's Row America Rye. Christian Floss is coxing this boat, doing a good job around the turn, getting ready to make that, set her point for just off the Belmont Hill dock.
And they're being followed in order by Saugatuck from Westport, Connecticut. All these crews rowing aggressively, as they try to gain ground on the crew ahead of them or push the crews behind them back.
2 crews tightly together here behind them. In front, bow number 6 with the orange oars. That's Marin, great club from out in the Bay Area. And following them in the white boat with the black oars, bow number 5, NorCal crew. It's another Bay Area crew. They must know each other well from a lot of the different regattas out there.
Looks like Marin is having a strong row. It looks like they've probably gained maybe 15, 20 seconds on that NorCal crew, and that NorCal crew is fast.
Yep, we got bow 7 and bow 8. Bow 8 having passed bow 7 here on the buoy line.
There, oh.
PNRA. Oh, looks like we got a little bit of a collision here through the bridge on those last boats, but PNRA is bow 8, bow 7. Sarasota crew following them up with the white unis, black oars. And then a good local crew, bow number 9, CRI. Sophie Cole coxing this crew. This is their first varsity. They have a few boats in this race.
Looks like that NorCal crew that hit the bridge recovered and is back on the course.
Yep.
That's good to see.
Bow 10 coming into view in the white boat with white and orange oars. That's Oakland Strokes from Oakland, California. Got a bunch of Bay Area crews up here at the low bow numbers.
And then number 11 is Gonzaga from Washington, D.C. Looks like they're having a good contest here with number 10, the crew that started right ahead of them.
Yeah, Gonzaga's got some good cheering going on the Eliot Bridge right now.
They gained a little bit by benefit of their steering there.
Okay, the next crew, bow 15, having passed the 2 boats behind them with bow 12 and bow 13. Bow 15 is New Trier. Good crew from Chicago, the Chicago north suburbs.
They did their homework on the course. Look at them hug that buoy line.
Yep, and right behind them, bow 13 is Montclair, and bow 12, Maritime Rowing. It's had a pretty good showing in this event over the years and in this race.
Uh-oh.
Bow 13 coming through this bridge here, tight.
They're trying to hook that turn, and they may decide to take that Cambridge Arch. That's legal. That's part of the course.
Yep.
That was a good decision on the coxswain's part.
Bow 14 behind them, Greenwich crew, Cos Cobb in the blue boat. Nicely done by the coxswain to avert the abutment. Bow 16 behind them, Milwaukee crew.
You wonder why some of these crews come wide on these turns, and sometimes it's not the coxswain's fault. They may not have a rudder that's physically big enough to get them around to turn this tight. So they have it hauled all the way around as hard as they can go to try to make that turn, and they just don't have enough rudder to get around. And that's not the coxswain's fault.
So another West Coast crew coming in here. The red boat is bow number 19. That's San Diego Rowing Club. Right behind them, bow 20. Bow 20, the boat that they passed. That's Pelham Community.
And then 17 and 18 are having a good battle here.
Yep.
That's TBC Racing from Washington, D.C., and then a local rival, BCC Crew from Chevy Chase, Maryland. They've stayed right in order there, even as those other crews have pushed through them.
Yeah, some nice racing through the bridge. Good lines by the coxswains. Bow 21, the yellow boat. That's St. Ignatius from Cleveland, Ohio. Following them in the white boat with the crimson oars, bow 23, Hawk Rowing Club from Philadelphia. Some rowers from St. Joe's Prep, including last year's Stotesbury Cup and Mid-Atlantic Region champions.
And they've gotten by crew 22, that's Saugatuck from Westport, Connecticut. That Saugatuck boat is an average age of 16. That may be their second entry in this event.
Yep. And then we've got bow 25, followed by bow 24. Bow 25 is Atlanta Juniors from Roswell, Georgia. And then Dallas United Crew is bow 24 right behind them, celebrating their 20th year of rowing in Dallas.
So we're about a quarter of the way through this event so far. There's been a lot of action so far.
A lot of action, just so, right. Some good racing, some pretty good lines by a lot of these crews. The coxswains doing a good job steering these eights. Not as easy as steering a 4 or a Cox quad.
Some fast crews still on the river. You can count on it.
Okay, coming up here into view in the gray boat, bow 26. That's St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute in Buffalo. And they're right hot on their tail, bow 28. That's Texas Rowing Center out of Austin, Texas. Savannah Cunningham is the coxswain.
The Texas Rowing Center is gaining a lot of momentum as a national center of rowing. They're putting up some impressive results, not just at the high school level, but at the masters and international level as well. They've got a beautiful rowing venue down there in Austin.
Yeah, nice lake. Good water. Bow 27's coming next. Jesuit College Prep of Dallas, another Texas crew. Hot on their tail, right on the buoy line, is bow 30. Port Rowing from Port Washington, New York, out on Long Island. And right behind them, in the green oars and green boat, is bow 29. Jackson Reed High School crew.
You're noticing the boat, but how can you not notice the hats?
Yeah, those are some pretty spiffy hats. Looking good. Making a move behind them, bow 32. Row, New Jersey from Mount Arlington, New Jersey.
And then behind them is Chaminade from Mineola, New York. They row out at Bar Beach on Hampstead Harbor on the Long Island Sound.
Bow 33 on the outside, but taking a tight turn. That's a local crew, BC High. I believe this is their varsity boat. They've got 2 in the race. Camera Tourette, Griffin Mazinski, Carter Blessing, Mateo Reyes, Michael Cairo, Harrison Lynch, Jillian Fay, Nicholas Carley, and Yuchen Gu.
We've got some navigational challenges here.
Yep, they're getting close to bow 35 and hitting some oars. Bow 35 is Pacific. Bow 34 looks like they're speeding up on the side as these two crews try to get out of the way. Bow 34 is LaSalle scheming by, but unfortunately it looks like, we got 2 boats stopped here. The other crew's doing a good job of staying out of their way, though, and staying safe. Bow 36 is Rose City, and 38, second CRI boat.
Okay, you can see that BC High boat tried to hold the line on the buoy line as long as they could before that crew at 35 overtook them.
They're getting back into it.
And then,
good job, BC High, getting back into the race.
We'll hope their hull keeps them afloat to the finish line.
Yep. Bow 39 coming along here. That's Pittsford crew. And bow 37, Everett Rowing Association from Everett, Washington. Coming around the turn right by the boat club.
It's number 40. This is Brunswick School from Greenwich, Connecticut. They've posted some good results today. And a big showing at last week's Head of the Queue regatta. Maybe reaping the benefits of that here today in the sweep events.
Yeah, and following up with them in the gray boat with the crimson, bow 41, St. Peter's Prep from Jersey City, New Jersey.
So we've now seen the first half of the field.
A lot more action to come. Got bow 42 here off in a little bit of open water. Canisius from Buffalo, New York.
Canisius rows out of the storied West Side Rowing Club in Buffalo, I believe.
Yeah, this is one
historic rowing club there.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good rowers that come out of there. This is a pretty young crew, average age 15. The yellow boat coming up behind them, bow 44. Bale and Jesuit crew from Miami, Florida. Seem we have a lot of Florida crews up at the race, junior crews up at the race today and this weekend.
Putting in a good showing.
Yeah, we got two crews coming around the turn hot. Bow 46 on the buoy line.
Looks like they're squeezing past bow 43.
That's Annapolis Junior. And bow 43 on the outside is St. John's Prep, a local crew from Danvers. Yeah, that bow 46 is making a pretty good move, having passed a few boats to this point. Coxon doing a good job of navigating the line. Set up pretty nicely for the turn to port as they move towards the Belmont Hill Windsor Boathouse. Coming up next here in the green oars, aqua oars, bow 45. That's White Marsh Boat Club. And then bow 47 behind them, Hingham High School in the red boat. Bow 48, Phillips Exeter Academy. Uh-oh. 47 needed to stop to avoid the abutment, but they got it back, and now they're moving. Good job.
Good adjustment.
Bow 49 now coming, TBC Racing in the black boat. Looking pretty good, coming through past the dock and into the bridge. Another on the crew on the younger side, average age of 15, including a 14-year-old in this boat.
Number 50 is Duxbury Bay Maritime School in Duxbury, Mass. Good to see another local entry here. Some preliminary results as it stands. We have Greenwich with the top time in this event among the crews who've finished, followed by St. Joe's, Row America Rye, Saugatuck, and New Trier. Some familiar names starting to echo in the top tiers of
with these youth events. Yep, some good clubs and good schools. 51, the nice Stars and Stripe boat. That's Glastonbury. They're followed up by bow 52, Bedford from Bedford, New Hampshire. And then on the buoy line here in the yellow boat with the Harvard oars that they're, I'm guessing, borrowing, bow 59. King's Wimbledon. So this is one of our Great Britain crews. Bow 54 behind them that they just passed. Long Beach Junior Crew out from California. And then we got bow 58 and bow 53 side by side.
In bow 53, in the stroke seat, is Kam Zahir. He was born on the banks of the Charles River at Mass General on this day 18 years ago and is celebrating his 18th birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
Cam.
birthday, Cam. They're followed up by bow 55. That's the second BC High boat. Bunch of good rowers in that boat, too.
And here's another local favorite.
Got Belmont Hill School.
From
bow 56.
Here at Belmont Hill, we have Aaron Stanger, Luke Gulasarian, Ezra Lee, Josh Davis, Lev Tolkoff, Connor Smurl, Iran Schmeidek, Michael Bobo, and Nathan Pappas.
Nice
Go
job.
Belmont Hill.
Go Belmont Hill. Getting ready to hear a lot of cheering on their dock as they make the port turn, the last turn towards the finish line. Good little jolt of adrenaline.
That'll take them home.
They're followed up by bow 62. That's Saratoga Springs.
That's a start.
And here we have number 66. This crew is from Green Lake in Seattle. Very well-known and well-respected junior program. And they've actually pushed by a number of the crews behind them. So they're having a very nice row today.
Yeah, bow 57 behind them. Manatee City Youth Rowing from Parrish, Florida. And on the outside in the white boat, red unis, bow 61. Pinecrest School from Florida. And then bow 63 on the buoy line, Camp Randall from up in Madison.
We have another international entry approaching. This is on the inside of the turn here with the white and red blades is King's Chester from Chester, England. This is a championship level school, first 8. This looks like a talented group, and they've done a good job in moving through some of the crews around them.
And they're being chased right now in the gray boat on the outside by bow 65. That's New York Rowing Association. Now we got 3 boats coming across here. Getting looks like oars getting a little tangled on the buoy line. You've got bow 68. That's Huron, Ann Arbor. In 71, that's St. Benedict's College. That's one of our South African crews right here, making a nice move through a few of these crews in their borrowed equipment from Harvard. Bow 60 on the outside, Haddonfield crew.
And then number 70 is DC National from Poolesville, Maryland, and they're looks like they've made some moves on local
we got
around them.
Everybody merging in to get under that center arch here, but looks like doing a good job of navigating. Bow 73 coming up, Upper Arlington crew, and bow 69 on the outside is Burnt Hills.
64 is East Bay Rowington from Barrington, Rhode Island, rowing the El Guapo.
And bow 76, got another international crew, Westminster School from London, in the pink unis with the Harvard blades. They're followed up by bow 75. That's Walt Whitman School from Maryland.
This is a deep talent pool. You can still see very, very strong crews even here at the way back in the field. You never know who might pop to the top, even among these last few crews we're going to see in the coming around the turn here.
Yeah, we got bow 78 coming up to Cambridge Boat Club. That's Central Catholic crew from Pittsburgh. On the inside, the crew they passed, the Chargers Rowing Club from Liverpool, New York, up by Syracuse. And behind them in the red unis and white blades, that's bow 72, East City crew from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Making a move, bow 79 behind them, the Pinecrest School, another of our Florida schools and clubs. Taking a nice line around the buoys, getting set up for the turn through Eliot.
And here comes a local favorite in orange and maroon. This is the Wayland Weston crew. They row out on Lake Cochituate in Wayland Weston area. Good to see them here on the Charles.
Yeah, a few Cambridge Boat Club members help out on the coaching there, I think.
Absolutely. That Wayland Weston crew is mostly 16-year-olds, so they've got some speed to gain over the next couple of years.
Now we've got 4 crews coming tight together around the turn. Leading them is bow 83, Fairfield Prep from Fairfield, Connecticut, in the red unis. Tight behind them, bow 84, staying right on their tail. Another local crew, Bromfield Acton Boxborough. And right behind them, bow 82, that's Oyster Bay. Coming along on the outside, bow 85, Los Gatos. That's the second Los Gatos crew we've seen in this event.
Yeah, and even though they've been pushed to the outside, they got ahead of it on that turn, so that you can see they tucked up high. We'll hope that they can stay clear of that crew on the inside line.
Yep, and now they're set up well for the final turn to starboard here. Bow 87 now, Mount Baker crew coming around the turn. Red boat, red oars. Right behind them, bow number 86. In the yellow boat, that's our second South African crew. That's Bishop's Diocesan College from Cape Town. Coxswain taking a nice line around that turn. Like they've been here before.
That Mount Baker crew in number 87, you see that the coxswain there has asked their bow seat to sit out for a few strokes just to help them get around that turn. And that seems to be doing the trick. Now he's going to jump back in as soon as they're clear, and they'll have a clear shot to the finish.
And we've got 3 boats coming in here tight. Bow 81 on the outside. That's Avon High School. On the inside, bow 88. Miami Beach Rowing Club, and then right behind them, and looks like making a move, bow 89, to Haverford School from Haverford, Pennsylvania. And looks like they've got a little bit of oars getting in the way of each other between the 2 boats, but they got it back, both crews, and looking good.
Maybe.
Bow 90 coming around the turn at Eliot Bridge and Cambridge Boat Club.
This is Bishop Ireton High School from Alexandria, Virginia. They row out of the Anacostia Community Boathouse in D.C.